Good morning and welcome to A-1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for Friday, July 12th. I'll open up questions if folks have technical questions. Today, just because I don't have a ton to talk about, we've been kind of scrambling to get orders out and everything shipped, and I'm sure that will accelerate next week with Jeannie's return. Jeannie's due back in the States tonight, and I will see Jeannie sometime tomorrow, and I think it's likely that Jeannie will be in the store tomorrow afternoon, as I have a wedding to go to. I was like, I think I'm going to shut it down a little early. And she's like, I'm going to work. So, and there's no telling Jeannie what to do. So, in any case, if anybody has a technical question, ask now. And I will try to answer what technical questions I can. We do have Kimberbell's July digital dealer. This afternoon, this morning, depending upon where you are, it is at 10:30 to 12:30 Pacific. It is the July Bloom pincushion. Keep in mind, you get your design directly from Kimberbell on those. And then going into next week, where's our calendar here? We've got Luminaire sewing class on Tuesday from 10:30 to 1:30. So if you purchased your Luminaire from us, let us know if you want to be part of that class.
It's on the website if they didn't purchase.
It's on the website, and you can purchase the class on our website. Should you want to take the class, and if you purchased your machine elsewhere. And I said something to Jeannie yesterday about the Avenir Q&A, and she was like, I haven't posted it yet. I don't know if she's even posted it now. It's not necessary to sign up. It's in store. So keep in mind, that is Wednesday, the 17th, from 2:30 to 3:30. We'll do a short presentation with everything we know about the machine, and then a Q&A to see if we can answer questions that you have about the new machine. Is everybody invited to the Wednesday? Yes. Everybody is invited on Wednesday regarding the new machine Q&A. For those of you who are out of town, once Jeannie is back, I will actually be calling folks, and we'll take advantage of Jeannie's presence as well to share with you what we know about the new machine. They have essentially told us we can't share anything other than what they've already shared, which, at this point, there have been some images and videos of the new machines, etc. So if you take a look at Brothers information, you'll see the information that they've put out there as well. So we will do a giveaway on Tuesday. I'm going to include Jeannie in the giveaway, meaning we'll give something away. So when the live stream is over, make sure that you comment. Comments will appear down below once the live stream is over. It is not comments in chat. Just say hello, welcome Jeannie back, whatever you want to do. We'll use a random comment picker on Tuesday to take care of that. I have not mentioned this week, kind of intentionally, because when I do mention this, things tend to go kind of crazy in here, and the way things we kind of needed to go this week was to allow us a week to dig out, get some machines delivered, etc. But to set expectations for next week, I've got a couple deliveries that need to be done next week, so those will take the guys out of the store to deliver some furniture. But we are getting service machines back to people at this point within like 2 or 3 days. We are incredibly caught up on machines. Don't worry about signing up, Cheryl. If it's not on the website, just come on Wednesday. Everybody's invited to come. It's a weird deal. I mean, and this is funny because I know a lot of dealers are like, hey, look at what we're doing. We're allowed to share the information that they've given us about the new machine, which is impressive, but also limited. But we are not allowed to share anything but what they have shared digitally. Jeannie, I think, was going to put it is on Wednesday from 2:30 to 3:30 is when that is. So, and that'll go out in an email. It's just kind of an open invitation for people that want to learn what we know about the new machines. I am hoping to have some questions answered that they have not been able to answer for me by that time, as far as, like, at one point somebody mentioned there's a limited edition and, you know, if you buy early, you can get the limited edition. I don't even know if that's possible. Partially because the limited edition is incredibly limited. And what we have been told so far is that the first machine in country, it is in store, Alberta. It is in the store. Like, we can't cover it online. Once again, I'm not sure what they're trying to accomplish, but yeah. So whether or not we will even be able to actively sell the limited edition machines, or if those are just going to be our store displays, is kind of in question. And I'll hope to have that. And Shelly, that's not totally true either. Like, we're getting to that we're aware of. And here's where the challenge is. It's not enough information, and you got a lot of people talking about stuff they don't know. So I've had customers call me that have said, I hear the machine's going to do this. Well, that wasn't in the information that was shared with me, and I don't think that's necessarily true. I can neither confirm nor deny that. That's not me being coy. That's me saying, I don't know. And so, you know, I had a conversation with another dealer a couple of days ago, and that dealer said something really funny, which was, you know, you've got brother who basically has said, if you share information beyond what's on this and you do it digitally, we're not going to sell you the machines until December. Then you've got Baby Lock, and Baby Lock forced their dealers to sign an NDA. And now you've got all this information out there, and given the number of phone calls that I've fielded, you've got all these dealers talking and saying stuff online. And like, somebody forwarded me something of a guy literally online just talking about what we're only supposed to talk about in the store. And the challenge is, what you're going to hear from us is what we know and what we can confirm and what we absolutely know for sure. And, you know, you've got folks like Michelle who have the ability to talk to educators that are actively working on the machine, and they're not saying anything. So, there's a reason why we're doing it on Wednesday, why we haven't done it yet. As I mentioned already, I've had conversations with brother about the fact that I do have folks that are out of town that aren't going to be able to make it in on Wednesday. the biggest challenge there is they don't want information and misinformation out digitally. So so that'll likely happen in a different format, and I'll be reaching out to folks to discuss that format directly. So but once again, I don't know if that's absolutely true. I think they are trying to ensure that people have machines. Cheryl asks an interesting question. If I traded in my Solaris now, would I get a larger trade-in value? I don't think so. We are likely to see a collapse in the value of the Solaris. This is what happens, right? Like all of a sudden there are a ton of used Solarises and there are a ton of used Brothers luminaires in the market, and you see those prices drop. I've already seen those prices drop. There's been a pretty steep drop in used machine prices in the last 2 to 3 months. So I think that's a very good question, Cheryl. I don't necessarily think that's how it's going to work. I think you're going to get as much as I can afford to give you for the trade-in value of the machine in a way that allows me to make the money I need to make to stay in business, to make a little money, and to support the new machine until we have the new machine in hands. And this is a interesting way to put it. So let's answer some simple questions that aren't going to get me in trouble. First and foremost, why would you buy the Brother over the Baby Lock? We have some Baby Lock folks. We have some Brother folks. The reality is, if you want the Baby Lock, I will find you a way to get you one. But if you were going to buy a car and one car had heated seats and the other car did not, buy the car with the heated seats. I don't know how else to say it. It's Michelle's over here cracking up. There was a period of time when Brother versus Baby Lock was an apples to apples comparison. That is no longer true. And the reason for that is my connection and Art Spira. And there is a digital universe that now exists in the Brothers machines that doesn't exist anywhere else. And so, some people may go, I just don't see the value in that. The challenge is, almost every time I've heard that, what should have been said is, I don't see the value in that yet. Because I know there are people on this live stream right now that told that to me, that then bought 2 years later a scan and cut, or that then bought a couple years later a sublimation printer or a fabric printer or one of the other machines that exists within this universe. And then what I hear from those folks is, I wish I had bought the Brother machine. So this is not talking down on Baby Lock. We were a big Baby Lock dealer for a very, very long time. We love those machines. But the fact is, they are identical to the Brother machines, but they no longer do what the Brother machines do. And the other thing I would point, because people would go, why would I buy from you versus why would I buy from any other dealer, any other person? With the Luminaire and the Solaris, currently, there's a little over 17 hours of classes. And so does the Lumi work with Art Spira? It most absolutely does. Any of the Brother wireless machines work with Art Spira. So where it gets crazy is you've got machines like the NQ3550W, and that machine has access to a digital universe that the Solaris does not. And once again, that isn't talking down about the Solaris. When the Solaris was launched, we didn't know about this. But the reality is, anybody who's been in my store understand the evolution of this. We were a baby lock dealer. Baby lock commonly told us QA was higher, all this stuff. So if you're dealing with a baby lock dealer and the baby lock dealer's telling you the machines are different, they're lying. They may not know they're lying. Because this is what you're told. Like, I had a VP of sales from Baby Lock in the store when the decisions were being made about the brands that we carried that was actively telling me, why would you do this over this? And I'm like, they are the same. And he was telling me they were not. And the reality is, I believe he just didn't know, because he probably believed what he was told in training. The brother has a better warranty. The brother is the actual manufacturer. And in a couple of years ago, if you came into my store, there were machines that came with extra stuff. And I'm like, listen, this is why you'd buy the brother over the Baby Lock. We'll get you whatever you want. And then and then we had some issues around pricing, like some of the brother pricing was way better. And then it got to the point where the brother started doing stuff that the Baby Lock didn't. And that was the evolution there. And so there is absolutely, will the Scan and Cut 225 work with Art Spira? Hey, Michelle, Scan and Cut 225 will not work with Art Spira, correct?
Scan and Cut 225 will work with Art Spira.
So it's any wireless machine,
any wireless.
But it doesn't work with my connection.
It does not.
Okay,
Actually,
so
my old 650
W. Okay, so any wireless machine will work with Art Spira, but it's my connection that doesn't work. So once again, if you're a Baby Lock person, this is not talking down about your machines. We love those machines. We have as many, if not more, Baby Lock customers than brother customers. We love you. We'll continue supporting you. But, you know, in this store right now, I believe we're offering the best value, the best price, and the best machines that give you the greatest future opportunity. And so, and then just getting back to classes. So right now on the Solaris and the Luminaire, if you bought those machines from us, you get 17 hours of classes. And I think we always kind of knew that we were the industry leader on education with our machines. Kind of. What's happened in the last year and a half to 2 years is we have realized that it's not even close. Like, there's some digital producers that do a very good job in teaching, but as far as a store is concerned, nobody does what we do.
Nobody does it better than us.
Nobody does. And so, like, and it's funny, like, the reality is we see issues with these machines that nobody else sees. And part of the reason for that is you ladies that have gone through our education are power users. So I've had comments from like the head of QA at Brother or other dealers that are like, I have a dealer that we do I talk to quite a bit. And he's like, the ladies that have gone through your education, that have done business with you guys, they bring us machines with problems that we don't see anywhere else because they're doing stuff with their machines that our educators aren't even teaching. And so why would you buy an Avenir from us? Because once again, best value, best machine, best future opportunity. And I don't even know how much education is going to be on this machine, but it is going to be a lot. Do you think there would be a value on a Solaris Vision when it comes out? I was thinking of trading in with you for a new Luminaire until you announce the new machine. So yeah, I mean, once again, you will get as much money as I can afford to give you on a trade-in. And I don't care if it's a Solaris Vision or a Luminaire. And let's just talk about this for a second. Because once again, there are people on this live stream that that experienced this the last go around when the Destiny and the Dream Machine were displaced by the Luminaire and the Solaris. For whatever reason, resale values were higher on the Dream Machines. So we were seeing used Dream Machines and Destinies when everything first started happening, somewhere between 5,000 and 7,000. And then those numbers came down. And for whatever reason, and the reason that I picked was Disney, like the Dream Machines held their value better. That said, if you bought a used Destiny or Dream Machine from me, you paid different prices oftentimes because the values were different. It was reflected in eBay. It was reflected in the open market. It's just how it worked. The biggest thing is, though, if you traded me a Destiny or if you traded me a Dream Machine, it didn't matter. Your trade-in value was basically the same. And so don't worry about what machine you have. If you want to talk trade, talk to us about trade. And it's funny because one of the things I commented earlier, this is what you're starting to see in the market right now, is what other dealers do is they give you a massively inflated value on their bundles. They go, okay, there's 5 items in the bundle. Those 5 items are worth $7,000. And so if you give me your machine, I'm going to give you $17,000 because they create a number and they go, oh, it's $29,000. $30,000 is the offer with the machine in the bundle. And I'm going to give you 17, so you're going to pay me 13, and everybody pays the same price. There's a certain level of fairness to that. Here's what I don't like about that. I'm going to sit down. We're going to look at your deal. I'm going to basically tell you, hey, this is how I need to structure the deal. For the deal to make sense for me, this is how it needs to be structured. Once I negotiate that on the machine, then we can discuss bundles. Because here's the secret about bundles. Sometimes dealers include stuff in the bundles that they get for free. Sometimes they include stuff in the bundles that they're paying pennies on the dollar for. So in my mind, let me make what I need to make on the deal, and then we're going to give you options about what we can include, what we can't include, how that's going to work. Let me see what other questions I can answer. Sorry, but I don't understand what you mean when you say they are identical, but the brother can do more than baby lock. If you take the covers off the machine, the machines are identical. They are completely identical. In fact, it's difficult with most of these machines for my techs and I, if you remove the covers from the machine and you put 2 denuded machines on a desk, we'd have to turn the machine on to see which was which because they are mechanically identical. However, in software, the brothers do significantly more. So where the differences are going to be is in what they can do out in the cloud. And what the differences are going to be is what the warranty is. The brother warranty is a year longer in both labor and the brother warranty is a year longer in computer and board. And that leads me, I'll talk about one other thing before I let you go, because I find this side, the business side, is the thing that I find most interesting, and the tech reason. Let's see. What is 2:30 Wednesday meeting about? It is in-store only, Gwen, and it is to cover the features and what we know about Brother's new top-of-the-line machine, the Brother Avenir. Somebody asked about maintenance of the machine. So, I mean, the reality is, as long as you have a Brother or Baby Lock dealer that is close to you, I can't comment on your trust in that dealer working on those machines for you, but you have the ability to have the machine serviced in those areas. And so, like, as long as there's somebody that's familiar with the machines, you've got somebody that can work on it. Let's see, in-store only Q&A session. Thanks for always. Yes, thank you very much, Heather. My dealer gave me a discount, but he kept the luggage, the thread set, and any extras I should have gotten with the XP3. So here's the thing. Sometime, and like anybody who's done business with me has heard me talk about this. Sometimes the bundles are a giveaway, right? Like sometimes the company is including that stuff with the machine when we purchase it. Sometimes we pay for it. You know, in my world, if it's given to me, I give it to you. Like, I just give it to you. If I pay for it, I'm going to tell you I'm paying for it. And it may or may not be possible for me to, include or discount based upon that. But that's all, that makes sense, right? Like your dealer negotiated with you and did a deal that he thought was fair to him. Does it come with luggage? I actually am not sure if I can talk about that online. I think it's fair to say that it, yeah, I don't know if I can actually talk about that online, but like luggage is going to be an option. When I bought the XP3, it was supposed to come with luggage, etc. So this is what I was just talking about, LaDonna, in that a lot of times the advertised promotions that you see are at a cost to the dealer. And funny, like we're seeing some differences here as stuff becomes more and more prevalent online and dealers are advertising more and more online. But the sometimes you'd see like participating dealers. And that's the dealers out, because like when you buy the machine, sometimes you're given the option to buy the bundle too, and you're just buying the bundle at a discount. Sometimes when you buy the machine, they include it. But that is, you know, it is national promotion versus what you might find in the store. Hey, is there somebody lined up out front?
Given the woof woof, I guess probably.
Let's see. Well, let's talk about one other thing last. I've had several questions about warranty programs. Like with Baby Lock, it's Love a Sewing. I know there are a lot of stores that sell in-store warranty programs. I may be alone in my thought of this. And Christy, that's kind of what I'm saying too, is generally I will negotiate a price that is the lowest price that I can give you. So and I'll tell you what's happening bundle wise or not. Like, hey, I can do the bundle at this cost, or we can not do it. So generally we'll negotiate on that. But let's talk about warranty programs for a minute. I may be alone in saying this, but I don't offer warranty programs in my store. And it was rare for me to offer the Baby Lock Love of Sewing unless I got it at a really good price and I thought it made sense financially. And you know, there was a period of time where a lot of people asked for warranty programs from my store. And I've sold warranty programs in my store. I will try not to sell you one if you ask for it. And the reason for that is, you know, if we use the Luminaire and the Solaris as an example, generally, warranty issues are going to pop up early. So if there is something really wrong with the machine, you are going to see it in the period of time that the product is covered under warranty. So like if there's a board problem with the machine and the board goes out because of manufacturing defects, you're generally going to see that early in the life of the machine. With Baby Lock, you've got 5 years. With Brother, you've got 6. If there is a big manufacturing defect, you're generally going to see that within the first or second year of ownership of the machine. And with Baby Lock, you have a 1-year labor warranty, meaning, you know, you should not be charged for any non-service oriented repair that happens within a year of ownership of the machine. With Brother, you've got 2 years of that. Now, once again, this covers manufacturing defects, does not cover service. So, by far and large, what we see on these machines is, we see, I'm trying to think of how to put it. We see service-related issues. This store sold somewhere in the neighborhood of 500 Solarises and Luminaires. And so, I've seen in the 6 years that the Luminaire and Solaris have been out, less than one warranty issue on those machines a month over the last number of years. Statistically insignificant. And so, you know, it is, and if you look at most stores' warranty programs, including things like Love of Sewing, most of them are charging like $1,500, $1,800, because here's the way this works. If we negotiate a warranty program on a machine, I have to cover my bases, especially if it covers the service on the machine. So, if you look at a machine like the Luminaire Solaris, we at this point, given the cost of labor, are charging roughly $200 for service. So if I do a 4-year warranty program, I got to cover at least $800. So you get your 4 annual services. And then I have to guess at anything else that might come with the machine. And if I'm going to sell it, it's got to be profitable. So $1,500 to $1,800 makes sense. That means I'm betting you're not getting your $1,500 to $1,800 out of it. And you're betting you are. And I would say there's less than 1% of the people that actually get that value. So I have a very difficult time selling those. If people really want them, I'll negotiate them. I will do my best to try to give you a deal. But keep in mind, if I'm going to sell it, I'm a business person. I've got to make money doing it. So that was one of the things that came up in our conversations with Baby Lock, is they were like, well, we offer Love of Sewing. And I'm like, well, yeah, but you offer Love of Sewing at a cost. And so it's, it's one of those things where we see so few issues with the machine that, and this is said for perspective, not to talk down about Janome. If you're a Janome person and you're watching, not talking down about Janome, but we were a top 10 dealer for 5 years when we gave up the brand in 2018. And part of the reason we gave up that brand was the number of issues we saw. It was the number of issues that we saw versus our ability to successfully fix those issues for long periods of time. We had greater maintenance issues and greater numbers of problems. And so it's one of those things where that's how strongly I feel about the Brother-made sewing machines and how reliable they are. They just work. They build upon their platforms. This is conjecture on my part because I've not seen the new machine in person. I haven't actually seen what it's made of, but it is Brother tends to build upon platforms, not redesign them. So you may see new technology in the machine, but you're not reinventing the wheel every time a new machine comes out. So, and some of this technology that's still 10 years ahead of everybody else in the industry has been around for 10 years. So it's 10 years proven technology as well. So just things to keep in mind, like every now and then, and it's funny, I don't know what it is. It's the new machine, but I have had a number of people reach out and say, will you be offering any kind of maintenance or warranty program on the new machine? And generally what you're going to hear from me is, I can offer you one, but this is why I don't think it's a good deal for you. Because I think on the new machine, like to hedge my bets, I'd probably price it somewhere in the $1,800 range. But once again, I'm hedging my bets. It's like life insurance. I'm betting you have no problems, but I gotta cover my bases because you're betting me that you do. So with that in mind, I just realized the dogs have been licking my glasses because Jeannie's not here. I'm getting all that love. So I've got to go. I got to get to work. I will see you ladies on Tuesday. Jeannie should be here as well. And we should most definitely have a giveaway. I'm going to have Jeannie help me pick it out because she also knows what's new and current. There's been all this stuff arriving. And Jeannie knows what it is and what we're doing and how we're going to promote it. So we'll let her pick a giveaway. Make sure you take a moment to comment down below and have a great day. Make something awesome. Have a great weekend. And I can't wait to have Jeannie back too. Bye.
Yeah, but Patrick will know when he's